So you.
Wait, I gotta ask you, just straight up, off the bat, off the rip, off the hit, off the tip.
Okay.
Did you like this album? Did you like Call Me If You Get Lost?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not a Tyler Creator guy, so I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and say this is a great album, bad album, because
I'm not trying to show that tapes it, our sister podcast, or our fellow local podcast. I'm not trying to show that tapes it, but by any means. I mean, they do their thing way better than we can do it, and our hip-hop knowledge is limited compared to theirs. But I'm just saying, I like the way that he is going in terms of, like, framing it almost like a movie or like a bigger story.
You know what? You like that kind of, like, in-depth shit.
I do.
And I kind of like the gangbanger shit where it's like...
I like that, too. You know some of the songs I've chosen for the show.
Gibbs.
Yeah.
I mean, J. Cole's album was good. Like,
I would argue with you, J. Cole album was alright. But I mean, I would argue with you,
like,
Gibbs is also deep in it.
This is what I told people with J. Cole. I was like, was it a J. Cole album? Like, oh fuck yeah, J. Cole. No, but it was still good. Like, it took 13 years or whatever long to make another album. Fuck it. Like, I mean, it wasn't bad. Like, I was like, yeah, there's some bangers. Like, Mari was good. 95 South was good. Like, all those songs are good. So I'm like, oh, cool. But Tyler, the Creator, never really hit home for me because I'm not into that.
You didn't like him talking about eating bugs when he first came out, and
he's a weirdo rapper.
Wasn't he like allegedly fucking Willow Smith for a little bit, or what's his son's name? It's Willow, right? Or is that the daughter? It's the daughter.
Are you saying you fucked the son?
Yeah, I'm saying that was a rumor for Jaden Smith.
See, that's the weirdo shit. Like, nobody's saying that about, like, J. Cole, or even Kanye's weird ass doesn't even get that shit. Like, that's some just weirdo fucking shit. Like, not saying, like, gay sex is weird, I'm just saying...
No, I get what you're saying. Like, no one else would have a rumor like that about them.
Nobody's like, oh my god. Imagine if fucking Soulja Boy got his...
Now, I would say, just saying...
Like this.
Yeah, I'm just saying, too. Would be a solid power gay couple, for sure. If Tyler created... It would be. It would be a solid power gay couple.
Is Jaden Smith really on to that level that we're like, oh my god?
Well, yeah,
like, Tyler is cool to some people and he's famous. I know who Tyler the Creator is, even though I don't listen to his shit. But is Jaden, even with the Karate Kid movie and then like two songs, is he like big enough? I think you could.
It's name alone. It's name power.
You could argue he is probably the fourth recognizable Smith.
Like, Odell Beckham Jr. is going to get drafted way higher than he should this season because of name alone. Same thing when it comes to a power dynamic with Jaden.
We'll get into
it. And when you combine that together with the power of Tyler the Creator and the mystique kind of behind Tyler.
Now that was a great.
You build that power. Thank you. I mean, that's all I do.
You know why?
That's why the show is so
both fucking weirdos.
That is why I am captain
host
of the show.
You're not, but it's a weirdo.
I know I am. Thank you.
Weirdo dynamic.
You don't have to keep saying.
If we were Rick and Morty, you're definitely like the dad.
Wow! You're putting me at Jerry status?
Yeah, I mean...
That is so disrespectful
I was gonna give you Rick status, and I was gonna be
You're going total opposite dynamic right now.
Well, you just...
How would I go from the dumbest person on that show, or the smartest person on planet Earth, or in the whole universe according to that show, and then to the dumbest person in the whole universe according to that show?
Well, I mean, you sucked your own dick, and that's what happened.
And I got magical powers because of that, and I got 3 dicks because of that, and now I am Rick with the 3 unstoppable dicks.
Top 3 weirdos: Jaden Smith, Odell Beckham Jr., you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And this is Face of the Franchise. I am your host.
Welcome to a typical opening of Face of the Franchise.
Michael the Pharaoh Shanidi, and always to my front, my man, the myth, the legend, Little Joe, Joey Dorian. What's up, baby? So, listen.
How you doing, dude?
We did take a week off.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, man, because here's the deal.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. It's football. I saw a tweet.
Pretty big show 2 weeks ago.
I saw a tweet.
Uh-huh.
This is the last month until March 2022 without football. So there you go. College football is back. Preseason's going to be back.
Thank
We're going to have
fucking
Hall of Fame speeches.
Because
I'm excited.
I called you, I think, last week, and I was like, are you starting to, like... It's to that point where it's like the dry June, July, where you start feeding a little bit, you start getting that crack itch you hear about, you start shaking.
Thank you, God, for Game 5 tonight of the NHL playoffs, because I thought it was going to be the Tampa Bay Lightning sweeping them.
I did too.
And I was going to just...
From my limited knowledge on that.
Limited knowledge. Here's the limited knowledge. It's basically like David and Goliath, but David lost all his stones. Like, it's literally, he had 1 stone, Goliath didn't die. Goliath is gonna kill him tonight.
Okay.
There's our hockey segment of the week.
David did fight.
There's a segment of the week right there, but
the hockey segment of the year for this show.
But honestly,
maybe of the only time in the show.
Nothing gets people riled up than the critically acclaimed Hard Knocks. So I didn't put it on the docket because I forgot. Because let's be honest, the 5 teams that were supposed to be chosen from were Panthers, Broncos, Cardinals, Cowboys, Giants.
All those 4 teams?
All 5.
No. All those 4 teams that were not picked?
Better than this pick.
Better than the pick.
So the pick was, ding, 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 spoiler alert, Dallas Cowboys, because Jerry Jones is a shadow commissioner and wants to, for the 3rd time in the fucking show's fucking thing. Did you know, this was an interesting thing. Danny Amendola's...
What was the interesting thing?
Danny Amendola's, like...
Danny Amendola.
That's... What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Alright, this guy's high off his mind.
I actually am not today. I really am not today.
In 2008, Tony
Danny Amendola?
I'm saying it correctly.
You did not at first, but that's fine.
No, I did.
Danny Amendola.
See, now you're doing it.
I said it correctly.
No, you didn't.
You did not the first time.
No, you didn't.
Amendola.
Okay. His claim to
How do
fame...
you say it?
Danny Amendola.
Okay, we're both saying the same thing.
Alright. In 2008, the Cowboys were on. See, now you're fucking me up. The Cowboys were featured on Hard Knocks, and Danny Amendola was the star of the show. So this year, who's gonna be the star of the show? I bet you $10 is gonna be Zeke's fucking weird ass too. Zeke, and we're gonna talk about Dak's injury 12 million times. Micah Parsons about being number 11, how he always wanted to be a fucking Cowboy, and it's just gonna be a suck fest about the team that's about to go fucking 7-10 now because it's a 17-game schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And I really just wanted the Cardinals. All I wanted the fucking Cardinals because it would be cool.
We all wanted it. They had their all or nothing moment. They start off with a bang. Best all or nothing season ever, first season. And I'm telling you, it would have been fantastic to see that Kyler Murray D-Hop interaction, and we
D-Hop, dude. That's all you had to say.
I mean, I'm telling you.
D-Hop had the moment of the lifetime in Hard Knocks history when he fucking absolutely ankle broke fucking D'Angelo Hall into fucking retirement. He said, I don't start shit, I finish. And I say it all the time when I see that fucking clip. It's either that or Chad Johnson getting fucking cut by the Dolphins. Let's get a goddamn snack from Rex Ryan.
Yes.
Those 3 Hall of Fame clips. You get those teams back. Jets can't be because of you can't have a first-year head coach or some stupid rule. But I'm not excited about Cowboys. I'm gonna watch it, but I'm not gonna be excited for it.
Well, let's talk about the horror aspect of it all too, right? Because the horror aspect is this is the 3rd time now.
Third,
not 1, not 2, 3rd time the Dallas Cowboys have been on Hard Knocks.
Also,
the 4th time they're featured because All or Nothing was, I believe, season 3 or season 4 of All or Nothing.
It was season 3 because it was the year after the rookie year of Dak and Zeke got suspended for grabbing boobs.
Grabbing boobs. Right, so anyway, after the grab boob situation, after the 3 features, I mean, I think it was the Emmitt Smith team, it was the Tony Romo, Terrell Owens team, and then, like you said, it was the half of Dak and Zeke combo.
Yes.
It's been... Listen, Jerry just finds a way to open his legs to wherever he can to get that bottom line continue to go up. There's a reason that is the most profitable football franchise because Jerry is just the biggest whore. Biggest whore in all of sports.
He's the one guy who's actually an owner. I'm not gonna... This is serious right now, right? He's the one guy who's actually an owner in the NFL. He doesn't care about winning. He cares about money. He cares about the profits.
Right.
He cares about hosting a goddamn NBA All-Star game.
He's certainly good at projecting like he wants to win. He's certainly good at marketing himself like he wants to win. Does that all day long, baby.
Once you see that you're a top 5 franchise in the world, all you care about is dollar signs. You don't care. That's why he signed Zeke. Number 1 rule in football history now is don't sign a running back unless they're like Christian McCaffrey or Derrick Henry.
I think they're right under Real Madrid and Barcelona. Yeah.
So I think it goes 2 teams, Lakers, them, and Yankees.
So here we go. We got ahead. So that did not give me a list I wanted. Hold on one second.
Hold on.
So this is all right. Here we go. So what we got is we have New York Yankees so Cowboys are the most valuable team in the world. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. According to 2021, the Cowboys top the list with a value of
valuable franchises.
With the list of $5.7 billion, a far cry from the $150 million that Jones paid for the franchise in 1989. Yankees are the second most valuable at $5.25 billion. Then we got ahead and have the New York Knicks, which is $5 billion after that. Then you have the Giants, and then the two most valuable coming in after that is Barcelona and Real Madrid.
Oh wow!
Respectively at 4.6 and 4.5 billion.
See, the problem is with this, and I hate to say it like this, is when Jerry Jones fucking started all this, he's the first person to say, "Oh, let's do international games, let's grow the game, blah blah blah, do all this." He even is the guy who started off a lot of initiatives, which is good. But in his mind, let's be honest, if he really wanted to win, he wouldn't have done half the shit that he's done so far. And that's why they're doing Hard Knocks, because then he gets more eyeballs, then he gets all this shit, then he blah blah blah. And let's fall in love with that fucking third string fucking tight end from the Cowboys that we all do in every fucking Hard Knocks. But like, whatever, dude. Like, I'll watch it, but I'm not gonna be happy about it. Like,
we'll always watch it because we're fucking whores and nerds for football.
That are enough.
Yeah, we'll always snort that shit up all day long, but we're not happy we're snorting. We're getting some bad product.
We're getting bad product, so.
Speaking of getting bad product, getting bad press, shit transition
that was
is...
bad press. That's good press.
For Frank Clark?
Oh.
I'm going there first.
Okay.
Relax. I'm not ready to cancel the show.
Woo.
Calm down. You were anxiety for Michael Shanady. No, don't be silly. You're so silly. So Frank Clark getting some bad press here. I mean, it's just another day in the NFL. Is he selling Uzis? Does his bodyguard have the Uzi?
Blah, blah, blah.
Whatever. We're going to forget about it in 2 weeks.
Blah,
The team said they are aware and they are taking
this is the same
policies under consideration. So we will all forget about it in a month, and Frank Clark will be fine for just driving around with an Uzi.
This is the same team that had fucking Tyreek Hill come out with an audio saying, like, I'm going to beat the shit out of my girlfriend and kid, blah, blah, blah. She might have started it, instigated, whatever. So at the end of the day, he's at the right place. He's in Kansas City. They'll pay him off under the table. We'll make sure that he's there. So, we can have the Chiefs and Bucks again in the Super Bowl. Blue, blue, blue. Suck my dick. And then all this shit. And, I mean, let's be honest. It's whatever. Like, Hitler doesn't care. Roger Hitler Goodell doesn't care.
The NFL will never slip marketing-wise with the teams in terms of their big market teams like the NBA did this season, with all due respect to those teams, and they're both the best teams around there, but they are smaller market teams. And the
front office is fucking losing their mind. That is
it's insane! Where is our Lakers and Nets? That's what the fuck is going on right now.
Right. James,
the
blah,
NBA
blah, blah.
front office specifically is losing their fucking minds. The NFL will cultivate and manipulate any way they can to ensure that their Chiefs are back, baby, and either their big quarterback and Aaron Rodgers is in the Super Bowl some way with the Packers, or some kind of big story team with one of their futures of the superstars of the league from the NFC side will be there. So.
Right, and that's just
AKA Tom Brady.
That's the crux of it, right? Because Frank Clark has a gun, nobody's gonna say anything. Yeah, I'm not trying to be like fucking, athletes get away with everything, because not everybody gets away with anything. But
22 cases dropped.
Not yet.
I thought they were dropped.
Not yet. Let's not say shit. Let's not say shit yet until it's. we won't mention his name on this show yet.
22 cases about to be dropped.
If they get dropped,
then we have to
we have to prove
they can get away with
it. Then it's anything.
Then we do a bonus show. No, we do a bonus show specifically about how they get away with everything.
Michael Vick needs
because we could do a 3-hour. I know, right? Agree.
If somebody gets 22 rig cases,
yes,
and gets them dropped automatically, it's not automatic. Like literally, it's 22. Like some may be fake, okay, but some, I'm gonna say majority are real. I'm sorry. And Peter's gonna be on my ass.
Of that, I don't care what you say.
Ass.
If you get accused of that, or if you get accused of the same thing that the initial person's name is here that got accused of what he got accused of, if you get away with that, and
you're a bum.
Not only are you a bum, but you're setting a precedent that you're just an evil fuck, and that you can't get away with anything, and that any of these athletes can get away with anything. I mean, what Michael Vick did in comparison to what fucking Deshaun Watson did is retroactively
let's not.
Bad,
it's bad.
but it's fucked up. It's incredibly fucked up. If you're getting on the fucked up scale.
But we're gonna say some people deserve more time than others, and Michael Vick got time for literally doing what he did. But Deshaun Watson should get more than him and should not be in the NFL.
100. I think that's the perfect way to say it. Yeah. Michael Vick deserved a second chance and proved he deserved a second chance. Deshaun Watson does not. And my point that I kind of got lost on was if you get accused of something like that, you did. Whether it's sexual harassment or guilt, you did.
Thank you.
I got lost in my point there for a moment. Yes. Yeah.
And here's another point. Here's a good point to this. This is the NFL doing the same thing they've always done with their big stars. Ray Lewis almost killed a guy, or he killed a guy, or was accessory to murder. Doesn't happen.
Ray Lewis killed a guy, found Jesus, and now he's fine.
Tyreek
now he's fine. Again, this could be a 3-hour podcast, Nick.
On what the fucked up is the NFL has done.
And we could literally make like a top 10 of who got away with the most. And Ray Lewis, you are definitely in the top 3, if not number 1 in my book.
And I'm going to say this because we did talk about that.
But you found God, so it's fine.
We talked about this dark side of football shit the other day.
Right.
When Chad Johnson did what he did, if he did it when he was at the peak of his power on the Cincinnati Bengals,
we're not talking about Chad Johnson the way we do.
Chad Johnson would have been a Hall of Fame.
Right.
End of story.
Right.
But that's how the world works. We all like to suck the dick of the NFL athletes, NBA athletes, blah, blah, blah.
They're on a pedestal just like celebrities. It's the same old bullshit where they can go ahead and they can walk down naked in the middle of the street, like our former president once said, and literally shoot somebody in the middle of New York, and again, being naked, and get away with it if you are big enough.
Exactly.
I don't care, cancel culture my ass. If you are big enough, you are untouchable.
Exactly. No, it's not cancel culture. It's true.
Right. Meaning, like, you can get absolved from cancel culture
but
if you're big enough.
I will also say cover your ass. So here's the deal. I heard Justin Bieber has like a waiver every time he has sex with somebody and says like you
sign an NDA.
So you can't say I fucking raped you at that.
Right. Smart. 1,000%
Smart move.
Yes.
Smart move.
Because there are those cancel like the Deshaun Watson who's now buried 1,000%.
Thank you. If you are big enough and you do not do a waiver while you're banging fucking whores or the other way around, you're a dumb fuck. You are a dumb fuck.
We did down a rabbit hole here, but all I have to say...
That's my last point.
In summation, there are some things that players have gotten away with, especially in the past when press wasn't as big, there wasn't social media, that they literally got away with murder. Nowadays, it is where it's a little more untouchable, where you can finally be buried like a Deshaun Watson, like you should be, like the obvious unmentionables, like a Harvey Weinstein or Jeff Epstein, whatever you want to say, but...
Yikes.
At the end of the fucking day, it's, thank God now we're at least in a culture where we will cut that head off and you don't get away with murder, but there was a time.
Well, yes. So,
with that being said,
we are on progressive
Why don't you pull that transition off?
We'll be more progressive. So Carl Nassib came out to being the first ever active NFL player to...
So this shouldn't even be news. And this is the biggest take.
Let's build it, and then you can.
No, because I want to get right. No. Because let me say this right off the bat. I know where we're going. He came out as gay. This happened 2 weeks ago. It's old news. It's old hat. And J.J. Watt came out and tweeted about it. Said that I'm hoping we can get to a point to where this isn't national news anymore.
True.
And I hope in the new culture we just talked about.
True.
I wish and hope that's going to happen sooner rather than later.
It's very big supports from all around the league.
This shouldn't be something we're
Derek Carr said something to the effect of, like, if you mess with him, you're messing with us, blah, blah, blah. Good for him, you're a leader. I'm with you. It shouldn't be news. It should be, like, old hat this time, blah, blah, blah. But we are talking about the NFL and the NBA. There are certain people who were raised.
Still have that old school mindset.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. I mean, a lot of the cultures that are not American cultures do not see homosexuality as something that they can accept right away.
Right.
So, a lot of the NFL players are first generation from another country. So they can't. I'm not saying they can't adapt to it and stuff like that. I'm just saying, great. Saquon Barkley said it. J.J. Watt said it. A lot of people said it. Ryan Clark said it. A lot of different people said it. But that's not even half the league. Half the league kept their mouth shut. Half the league, we don't know their.
I was going to make this point if you did.
So, yes, I would love for this to be, like you said, like an old thing that we can just, like somebody being gay is not, it's whatever.
But there's the stigma when you do have your biggest names, a Tom Brady, a Patrick Mahomes, you name it, Travis Kelce, whatever, you name it, they're your biggest cornerstones of the league that make you the most money and aren't coming out, and you'd like, would this be the second coming out announcement ever in the NFL, you'd like at least a little, like, I mean, even Patrick to say something like, congratulations, we support you, but who cares?
But that's what I'm saying.
But you get what I'm saying? Like, we're saying the same thing. They need to come out, and they need to at least give me a little something of, not necessarily need to come out, but rather, it'd just be nice to kind of be like, have them say the same thing we're saying of, yeah, cool, whatever, good, congratulations, we support you, but let's get to the point where this doesn't matter.
I mean,
that's what I
think at this point,
ideally.
So I'm not gonna, like, I agree and disagree at the same time.
Sure.
Like, you don't have to comment on everything. Like, if you're talking and you're Mahomes, and them not commenting is like, I'm not saying you're homophobic because you didn't comment and say, I got your back, blah, blah, blah.
Right, of course.
At the same time, though, like, this is not towards Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes or all those other guys. I'm just saying, there are some guys, I will 100% guarantee it, who do not accept homosexuality like other people. I mean, it's just the way the world works. And I'm just saying,
you made the point too of you have to understand that NBA and especially the NFL and to some extent Major League Baseball and even maybe NHL, those big top four sports do have that stigma.
Exactly.
There still is that stigma. Exactly. There still is that old school mindset. You have these super old white men that own all the teams that still have that kind of trap mindset too of them being a fan and all this.
Think about also the fan bases. Okay, sorry to cut you off.
Well, that too. No, you're right. Go ahead.
Think about the fan bases. MLB is ran.
Charge-packed episode, baby. Charge-packed episode. I like
MLB is ran by stupid fucks who even say bat flipping shouldn't be a part of the game, and it shouldn't be this fun, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So imagine if somebody came out and said they were gay. Right then and there. Out of the league.
Done.
NBA, same thing. Not saying, there's Utah Jazz. The Utah Jazz, as much as they love Donovan Mitchell, as much as they love Rudy Gobert and Jordan Clarkson, I've heard they are the most racist fans of all time. Because they're saying the N-word and blah, blah, blah. Imagine if one of them came out gay. And NFL, same shit. NFL is same shit.
Is there a player, though? It kind of goes back to the previous conversation. Is there a player where obviously now nobody's untouchable, and then thank God we're to that point, but is there a player now where they wouldn't get that stigmatized and it would kind of almost launch it? Like, is there somebody, like if Patrick Mahomes said, like...
He was gay?
Yeah.
Okay,
then it's universally accepted.
That's a very good point. That was a very good point.
Yeah.
So let's take it by the hair. So let's Dallas Cowboys.
By the way, quick side note, I love the direction the show's going. I do. This is awesome.
Let's say the Dallas Cowboys.
Not our usual circus show. Talking some real shit.
Dallas Cowboys, probably one of, like you said, most valuable franchise in the world.
Yeah.
If Dak Prescott himself says he was gay, he would not be universally liked as much as you think
because the culture over in Dallas and the culture in that Cowboys locker room.
If Tua Tagovailoa came out as gay in Miami, great.
There's a parade.
Oh, love it.
There's a parade.
Oh, love it. God forbid any of those players from the South regions, except for Miami, which I said, says they were gay. Done.
That's it. Matt Ryan comes out and he's like, you're supposed to be out the door 3 years ago.
Oh my God, yeah, they would use that. So our point is, we hope that this stigma is gone. We hope that this stigma of homosexuality is accepted. Yeah. Because, let's be honest,
there is no stigma with homosexuality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And let's be honest right now, just because that some dude likes other dudes doesn't mean he's gonna fucking touch your junk while he's going for a fucking sack.
Alright, you're probably not as attractive as you think you are. You fucking 350-pound sweaty ass lineman.
And I'm not saying, we're making it broad to the players. To the fans too, if you do not accept Carl Nassib's coming out, go fuck yourself.
Go fucking watch
Canadian
football. Literally go jump off a bridge. Go jump off a bridge.
I mean, honestly.
If you can't accept who somebody is at this point, go jump off a fucking bridge.
And you know how many players have come through the league?
I'm sorry.
You know how many players have come through the league?
Who are you to say who they could be?
And you're telling me only 2 players of the entire NFL history were gay? You're out of your fucking gourd. Because the odds are, there are so many fucking gay players in the NFL history that didn't come out, were gay, suppressed it because they wanted to play a macho sport, and that's what happened.
And if for whatever reason there's any listeners right now scoffing, like, there's no way, I guarantee you there's some of your favorite players that were gay and just never came out.
Thank you. Thank you.
100%. I guarantee you there was a system at a certain point that they would set up fake wives and set up, like, kind of show, like, media wives.
No.
And I bet that's
100%. Or they don't talk. I still think AB might be. There's a good shot. So,
or at least swings both ways.
At the end of the day,
because never forget bag of dicks.
That was the funniest shit of all time.
Highlight of my life.
A highlight of my entire year for that one.
Entire existence for me.
Yeah. So let's make sure that we make okay. I forgot to bring up this point, and we can move on to the next.
Okay.
The NFL is stupid. NFL is so stupid.
Sure.
Did you see the fucking commercial that came out after Kyle Nassib?
No, I didn't.
It said the NFL is gay. NFL is lesbian. NFL is transsexual and all this shit. I'm like, Roger, stop. Roger, just stop.
It's like the kind of cliche bit right now that's going around just in if you comedy circles or comedy in general that it's like like J.C. Penney, Black Lives Matter. Like J.C. Penney, you just want to sell fucking jeans. You don't care.
Honestly, I'm like
that cause or that situation.
Relax.
You go.
NFL, people will like you for you. Stop. Just Roger, stop making it a thing, dude. Like you did concussions. Like I fixed concussions. No, concussions didn't fix. You just pushed it down, and nobody's talking about fucking concussions anymore.
You found a good way to bury it under the fucking.
Oh, we fixed concussions. No, you didn't, idiot. You see Antonio Brown right now? He's a fucking moron.
Speaking of burying under the mud and hoping that things go well, Eli Manning at the front office for fan engagement. Is this what's happening? This was an outline in our show today for some reason?
So here's the reason
I'm going to take a piss break while you talk about this.
Oh my god, dude. Do you figure out your piss shit?
I haven't pissed in the last like 3 shows.
Get the fuck. You're a fucking liar. Jesus Christ. You know what? I'm not even going to talk about it.
I'm going to take a piss break.
I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to wait for you to come. Dead air. Congratulations. You fucked up.
You're going to do 30 seconds of dead air.
Fucking pee quick. Hurry the fuck up. Yeah, right now this dickhead over here is going to pee again. I hope he fucking figures it out. I'm scrolling through Twitter right now. There's a fat ass woman on my Twitter feed right now. Shit. Yeah. Oh. Yup. There it is. There it is, baby. Fuck yeah, baby. Fuck. Fuck. I wonder what. Okay, so all right. Oh, there it is. So 64-yarder in 2013. Nice.
Before we get into the thing that no one gives a shit about, before we get into that whole topic, my question for you, which is I'll let you know if it comes back because I just lost it due to just years of THC damage. So I guess let's talk about Eli Manning or whatever the fuck you want to talk about and what's going on there.
So here's the deal.
Damn it! I lost. Oh,
what?
It's all good. I took a piss. Oh! I did not pee, and I know you were so worried. I did not pee during the new interview. I know you had anxiety.
Oh my god!
Did I not?
That doesn't count.
I did not.
That does not count. That does not count.
Which we crushed. Pat in the
Thank
back.
you, Jeff, to do for helping us out.
That was
great.
Great conversation.
We will have you on definitely during the season. Hopefully, you listen to this one because it's.
We assume you're a regular listener.
Yeah. So back to Eli Manning. So the reason why I bring this up is because this is the same bullshit that every fucking front office and every fucking sport tries to do. Oh, these guys played the game. They know what to do. Blah blah blah. All I have to do is say one name, and then that's the end of the story. John fucking Elway. John fucking Elway is over here drafting tall, fucking big arm quarterbacks that doesn't turn anything. Congratulations, you signed Peyton Manning. You won a Super Bowl. Aren't you the fucking genius of the year? Talk about Adam Gase. Adam Gase is another person who's the genius of the year because his offense worked.
You gotta give. I will argue you this. You gotta give at least
Larry Bird is
the Magic argument I was making with your
Magic
right?
Johnson.
Magic. Okay, you get the big supreme player. You still win the championship.
Ozzie Newsome.
LeBron James, Peyton Manning.
Yeah, but like I said, there is some guys that understand it. Ozzie Newsome is one of them. But there's a but. Ozzie Newsome went through the fucking totem pole to get to where he was. He didn't just automatically get into the front office and say, I'm the fucking CEO, fan engagement, suck my dick. No. That's who I'm talking about right now, is those guys. Those are outlier guys. Now, if you're going to just promote somebody just to get fan engagement, and like, oh, we have Eli Manning, the guy who won 2 Super Bowls, probably going to go to Hall of Fame. That's a debate for another day. But, that, like, come on, man. Like, just hire people with some credentials.
It's just a lazy move. It's just hiring a big name move. I mean, it's played out. It's the same old things. There are circumstances where it works out. It's very rare where it works out. Jordan's run the Hornets into the ground for the last 20 years. Maybe it's looking a little better with LaMelo and Malik Monk and those others that he's brought in. That's cool. Even though this is not a basketball show, but there are examples of it trending towards the right direction, or at least, and very successfully working. Again, Larry Bird. But I just don't see it really working out here. I mean, his role's fan engagement. Dude, it's not like he's going to be making any major decisions. So, let's just hope that they do keep him out of the major decisions. Well, actually, for my sake, I do hope they keep him in the major decisions. But for the Giants franchise's sake, they better hope they don't keep him in the major decisions. Just keep the fans happy with your dumb face. You're basically a mascot. And if you can play the mascot role, then fantastic.
No, honestly, you're right about that. It's literally just getting people back into the stadium. So, congratulations, Eli Manning, you fucked.
It's time for Fantasy Football Preview. Thank fucking God, dude. We can finally talk about fantasy football again. I thought we nutted too early when you tried to talk about it last month. I think it is perfect time. I think you should try to talk about it in May. Knowing you.
I'm trying to talk about it every single time.
You were trying to talk about it in March.
I'm trying to talk about it every single day. I don't know what you're talking about.
Unfortunately, this is not a daily fantasy podcast. What this is instead is Face of the Franchise, where we talk a little bit about everything under the sun, but it is finally time to talk about fantasy football. Before we get into the deep dive questions, Noon, who's your top 12 this year? So, before we get into strategies, before we get into what we're excited about, the maybe third, fourth round picks that are the dogs, who's your top 12?
So these are the top 12 players that I keep seeing going into the first round. This is where we're talking about standard PPR. It's now standard half with one quarterback, all that shit. So obviously we get CMC, Dalvin Cook. We also talk about Derrick Henry.
I'll let you know when we differ.
No. These are just top 12. This is no particular order.
This is not what. So if you're like the way I thought of it.
Do you want it in order?
If you were in that spot,
who would you draft? Okay, then I will rephrase it. CMC, Dalvin Cook.
Okay, we're in agreement.
Okay, 3, Alvin Kamara. After his great year last year, even with the Winston and Hill situation, I'll get into it.
I'm sure we flip-flop with him and Derrick Henry, but I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Derrick Henry right here, you're right. 5, Saquon Barkley. You're going to go Saquon here. And then number 6, we're going to go Zeke. And then 7 and 8 are pretty bold predictions. I don't think 7 is a bold prediction. I think he's going to be in that top tier of running backs this year. 8 might be a situation where I'm just taking a shot. So I'm going to go 7, Nick Chubb, and then we're going to go 8, Jonathan Taylor. So we're going to talk about Jonathan Taylor. 9, you're going to go Tyreek Hill because I put Tyreek Hill before Devontae Adams at 10. And then here we go. This is where I know you're going to be like, this is where a conversation starts.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce. And then your 12 could go either way, but my 12 is you're going to get a quarterback with a big arm, and the guy who was the number 3 wide receiver last year, it's going to be Stephon Diggs.
Okay, we're pretty much in agreement here. I'll just run down my list, and then we can debate the stuff and argue. So number 1 is Christian McCaffrey. CMC, obviously, that's a no-brainer. Our top 3 is the same. Dalvin Cook, I just have Derrick Henry and Alvin switched. I have Derrick at 3, Alvin at 4. Then I'm going to go ahead, and I'm on the same page with you. We're going to go ahead and take Saquon at 5 if you're there. Then I'd have Nick Chubb at 6.
See, let me stop you there.
Yeah.
What you said about AK and Henry, what you said about Zeke and Chubb.
Yeah.
In those spots, if you switch what I said with you, what you said, I'm not going to be like, you're an idiot. You took Chubb over.
Right.
Like, no. I think it's great. I think
those
it's great.
top, like the 2 through 7 or 8 is like your gut feeling of who you feel like is going to have a good season.
If you feel Dalvin Cook is going to have a better year than CMC because of stability at that position at quarterback with Kirk Cousins.
Injury proneness as well.
Yeah, and if you think you think AK is going to get all the targets from Taysom Hill or Jameis Winston because they're going to dink and dunk, That's fine too. You're going to go with either CMC Cook or AK because of the catching ability. Henry's at 4 for me because of he doesn't
Lack
catch
of
the
catching
football.
ability, sure.
Plus Julio is going to be there now, so there's definitely no chance. But continue. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. Then I go ahead and then I have Taylor at 7.
Okay.
Then I have Zeke at 8.
Okay.
Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put something that may be a little bit hot, maybe a little bit controversial, but I'm going to go ahead and have Stephon Diggs there at 9. I'm going to put Diggs in at 9.
No problem.
And I'm going to put Austin Eckler
Ooh,
over there at 10.
Awesome Eckler, okay.
And there's someone that is a little bit slept on. Had a lot of injuries last year running through the bug. I think it's a guy that has experience now, is a workhorse, and he is going to still be a very reliable person, someone that also catches in that backfield and can run routes pretty well himself. Then after that, and again, this is where I'm going to take a little heat, I'm sure, then I have Tyreek, then I have Travis.
No, okay, so here's my position on where we are right now. So Jonathan Taylor is a guy that everybody's smiling about because let's not pretend like Marlon Mack and fucking Nakeem Hines just went away. Jonathan Taylor's there because he's going to be, we hope, the next best thing at running back position like Edgerrin James was with Peyton Manning. We hope he takes the position of he's going to get at least 85% of that backfield. Mm-hmm. We hope so. So now let's talk about the two guys everybody has question marks with. So we have Saquon and Zeke. Everybody's talking about Zeke being so bad on offense. Dude, they had no offensive line. There was no Dak. Everybody keyed in on Zeke. And Zeke ended up being the ninth best running back in fantasy. Yes, you drafted him probably top 3, top 5, and you wanted that top 5 number, but he's going to be fine with a new offensive line, new Dak in charge. Everything's going to be fine.
You could also make that argument, though, where I like Taylor better because he has that, again, has that catching ability.
No, exactly. Yeah. Like I said, outside of like you're going if you're in the top 8, you're going those running backs. Doesn't matter where, doesn't matter when your team.
You have to.
Your team is solidified with those 8 as a great team already because they have the potential to catch the ball, or in Henry's case, just to run the fucking football down their throat 20 times. And he's going to gain you 150 yards and 2 touchdowns.
1,000%.
So, that's not where the controversy lies. The controversy lies, where do you draft these wide receivers, and then where do you draft Travis Kelce? Travis Kelce, in his glory, is a wide receiver 1. He is a wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
I talk about it all the time. Travis Kelce, if you have him with a running back, that's it. You don't have to worry about your wide receivers. You can get a fucking, like,
Tier 2, Tier 3 guy.
2, 3, yeah. You could get, so we're going to talk about him later, but you could get like a fucking Tyler Lockett and then a fucking Deontay Johnson and be okay. Because you have a Travis Kelce.
Sure.
So, but it's really...
Even like a Devontae Parker.
Oh, yeah. So, now here's the deal. The top 3 is the top 3. We have Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, and Stephon Diggs. You had Diggs as your 1.
Diggs is my 1.
I have Hill as my 1.
Sure. Most people will.
So, it's going to be interchangeable for those 3. And some people might also think Calvin Ridley, some people might think A.J. Brown, and for good measure. All these wide receivers are really, really good. The only reason why I put Hill over Adams, and you probably put Diggs over Adams, because we don't know the certainty of Aaron Rodgers.
1,000%.
So, let's get into the top 5.
Or he would be number 1.
Yeah, so there's our top 12. I honestly think we pretty much are on the same page, just where they are, where you go in those positions. So
let me ask you before you get into your questions, who is your our classic, we do this every year, who is I'm the highest on in the late rounds that's going to end up being that superstar? Who's going to end up being that MVP? It always happens every year.
When you say late rounds, what do you mean, like 6, 7?
Let's say 3 and on.
3 and on?
3 and on.
Okay.
So, 4 and on, 4 and on. We'll go back.
Because 3 is pretty easy. 3 you can say, we talked about Calvin Ridley.
James Robinson.
That's your boy?
That's my boy this year.
Alright, say James Robinson.
100% James Robinson.
Okay.
I would take him in the 2nd round this year.
Damn. Even with ETN.
I think I think it's insane that did you see it? He was the best running back the last half of that season. What the fuck are we doing here? And what the fuck are we doing? And because he's on the Jags, there's that stigma, speaking of stigmas this show, and it's fucking ridiculous that he is not getting more love than he is. So I mean, you can probably get him in the 5th round if you want. Because
you know how much I'm balls deep in fantasy. There's 2 guys I really think can take the next step this year, and you can get them pretty late. So we did talk about the tight end position with Travis Kelce, Darren Waller. Kittle, you probably those top 3. Now, who's the next guy? I think it's T.J. Hawkinson. I think T.J. Hawkinson is going to take that next step.
I don't think that's that big of a
No. This is
that's
like
not that.
that's like okay. That's kind of everybody's
That's
secret.
consensus.
And I'll give you somebody after that. But T.J. Hawkinson, I think, is going to be the next.
Do you think Kyle Pitts might break out this season, Michael?
Everybody thinks Kyle Pitts is breaking out, but I will say this: if I do take Travis Kelce and I have a flex position,
yeah,
I might actually go Kyle Pitts. I might do a double tight end set because Kyle Pitts is there to be an athlete, not just a tight end. He will play it out wide, he'll play inside, he'll play all these different positions, and he could take those target share. Now, for a guy that a lot of people might throw to the side because of the situation, if Mr. Mac Jones starts for the Patriots, I'm taking Damian Harris. Damian Harris is a clear-cut running back, 1. If he is given the chance. Cam Newton is the only reason why I get scared because Cam Newton will take the goal line rushes sometimes. So if Jones is starting, I am taking Damian Harris. Damian Harris is my guy. And I like your James Robinson pick because it's going to actually come to my question. So we took the top 7 frequently asked questions.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to hear what you said, and we'll say what we feel. So the number 1 question, Travis Kelce, is he worth a first-round pick? Last time we've had a tight end go in the first round was when Gronk did his incredible year, and everybody's like, there's no other wide receiver, it's Gronk. And he went in the top 5, top 7.
Another tight end, Jeff.
But we're seeing Kelce go, in our things, 10, 11, and 12. So if you're in those spots, would you take Travis Kelce?
If I'm in 10, 11, 12, yes. But only if I'm in 10, 11, 12. I've seen some people say take him as early
as 8, 9.
As 8, 9,
yes.
Which is disgusting and gross, and don't do it. Because you're wasting, again, a true, I'd rather have, because Jonathan Taylor still may be out there. Nick Chubb still may be out there. I think people are going to sleep on Saquon more than you think this year, and he is going to go in that back half of round 1. I think there are better options. I'd rather have it Tariq or Stephon Diggs in those spots. So if he is still there, if he's like 12, he's still there, I'm probably 100%
The turn and burn.
But because then I go back and I get my 1, or even because that's just you're taking 2 regardless. So I mean, yes, but I'm not overjoyed.
So I will say this: if I'm at 10, 11, 12, I'm taking it. Why? Because then I have a positional advantage. Travis Kelce, year after year, we're going to say, when is he going to fall off? When is he going to fall off? I'm not going to say that until I actually see it. So I'm going to take Travis Kelce.
There's no signs of it. I mean, don't take the Max Kellerman, Tom Brady.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take him. Now the reason why I take him, because in the second round, running backs you can love to get are Antonio Gibson, a guy who's very versatile. Somebody you can say Austin Eckler, somebody.
Congratulations on the new kid, by the way, Antonio.
There you go. Austin Eckler. If you really want to do it, you can take Najee Harris and take the fucking leap, faith, and do that. I understand your face. Just relax. I'm just giving people the thing. Joe Mixon is always good.
You just wanted to get Najee in there. You just wanted to get him in there. Yes, you did.
But I will tell you a stack that I did.
You would have been heartbroken if he wasn't mentioned on this fantasy segment.
You want to hear a mock draft that I did with Travis Kelce? So at 11, I took Travis.
You drafted Najee Harris first?
No. I took Travis Kelce at 11.
Yeah.
I took Antonio Gibson in the second, and guess who was my wide receiver at 3? I took Justin Jefferson. It was pretty, right there. There's a pretty good 3. I don't need to worry about anything other than that.
That's a 3-headed monster,
So there you go. And then, like I said, you can fill out your roster from there. You have your cornerstones. Be balanced. So Travis Kelce, we both in agreement, it's worth a first-round pick, but in the later round.
In the last 3 picks, if you're on a 12-team
exactly.
League.
So now a good big question, because the match happened yesterday. Aaron Rodgers was being coy, blah, blah, blah.
Thank God this was not a fucking segment. I would have been so pissed off. Though there was a couple good moments. I guess we're turning into a
the match is stupid.
There was one good moment where it was what was my favorite? Where Aaron Rodgers No, I changed my mind. There was no good moment. Maybe the Gronkowski and Tom Brady on the phone together, and
because Charles Barkley's the man.
Might be the leader of what was Charles Barkley's moment?
Oh, Charles Barkley's the man, without a doubt. The Bear was sitting on site of the course, and then they were like, "Oh, Packers, Bears, blah blah blah." Larry Fitz is there. He's like, "We don't like the Bears either because the Bears knocked out the Cardinals from the playoffs." Charles Barkley's like, "Yeah, but I saw some Cougars last night," and then listed off some women's names, and I'm like, "This guy's too horny for TV." So
he always has been too horny for TV, but they still keep him on TV.
He's ridiculous. So
speaking of uncancelable,
so Aaron Rodgers may not be a Packer. So this comes into play if you get into your draft.
He is falling low.
Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones. I keep seeing Devontae Adams still going because we both had him still in the first round. You could probably, at some point,
maybe fall into the second.
he might fall into the second.
He
and
probably
then you get the number 1 wide receiver last year in the second fucking round. Like, that's
fucking
fucking
unbelievable. Yeah.
Let me just remind everybody. Brett Hundley.
Do it.
Brett fucking Hundley came in, and the dude still had 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns. I just want everybody to remember, the only guy that I really...
You just made that reference.
Oh.
You just pulled that out of the ass.
No, Google it.
No, I know you're correct.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm saying...
Yeah.
Way to pull that reference.
No.
Yeah.
So if you think
Don't be so
Adams,
insecure, dude. That was a good one.
if you think Devontae Adams
we're in this together and you're doing great.
if you think Devontae Adams is going to be bad, please look at his history. The only person I am worried about, and I might pass him, is Aaron Jones. It's not because of the quarterback situation. It's because we've been saying free Aaron Jones for fucking years now. Fucking years.
Free agent!
Jamal Williams is now in Detroit. But guess who's there still? Fucking A.J. Dillon. So A.J. Dillon might take some reps. And it's just going to keep going.
A.J. Dillon?
Yeah. I say villain because...
I like that.
So he's a bitch. He's a fucking bitch for this. Because I love Aaron Jones. And I fucking want Aaron Jones to be a thing. But it can never be a thing.
Why can't they both be a thing? I mean, they're the same kind of...
This is not a smash and dash kind of... Because it's fucking stupid, man. It's Aaron Jones every time. Last year, it was a fucking headache. He would run 40 yards.
A.J. Dillon can still be a very successful running back. He just should be elsewhere.
Just go somewhere else.
Right.
I want to draft Aaron Jones.
I want them both to be highly successful in the league. And Aaron Jones to finally be the full Aaron Jones potential. And as well, so will our boy AJ.
So, there you go. Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones, if they're in a good place, pick them.
And AJ Dillon.
So now, we're going to talk stacks. Stacks. What do you do with stacks? Are you going to do Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins? I think yes.
That's an obvious one, yeah.
That's an obvious one. But are you going to also...
Tom Brady and any of his receivers?
Yes. So, here's the situation. You should only...
Patrick Mahomes and any of his receivers?
Yes. In situations like that...
Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs?
You know what? You continue, because now I have to pee because of you.
Oh, wow. We have a first on Face of the Franchise. Michael DeFaro Shanuti, and a completely unprofessional moment in the podcast.
That's your fucking fault.
I don't know why. I don't know why he didn't before the show, like a professional would do. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into my opinion, the best stat combo by far in the league, and that is not the obvious ones. Okay, yes, we know Patrick Mahomes, we know Tyreek Hill. Yes, we know Patrick Mahomes, we know Travis Kelce. But I want to talk about the biggest breakout that. Yes, we're talking about a little bit, but I think deserves even more recognition because they are going to have longevity that is fucking scary. Well, at least Travis is on the back half of his career. Tyreek's getting there. I love Diggs and I love Josh Allen's stack, probably more than any other stack. Here's the reason why. It is the stack that is growing the most together. It has what I believe the most chemistry. Yes, you can make the just the Tyreek and Travis and Patrick of it all is too obvious for me. Mm-hmm. I fucking love. Yeah, it took you long enough. I love that Josh Allen Diggs stack.
So, I will say this. Do the wide receiver and quarterback.
And a Kyler Murray D-Hop is a big sleeper.
Do the big receiver with their quarterbacks. I always am loving in those stacks. I never really loved the running back and the wide receiver on the same team. It's not really my kind of cup of tea. The last time that actually kind of worked was last year. Actually, last year wasn't bad, but...
Biggest sleeper stack? Herbert, Keenan Allen.
Is that a sleeper?
I think so.
You think people are sleeping on that?
I think people don't, again, snort football day in and day out like we do, and I think that is one that's going to be forgotten about, yes.
Oh, I'd be surprised if people didn't do that stat. Because I think he's going to break... I think he might...
I think it's the most obvious, achievable stack on the board.
Oh, no. Absolutely not.
What's the most achievable stack on that board?
All of them. If you really wanted, you could do all of them.
Yes.
I'm just saying. But
okay, then rather, what's the most unachievable stack on this board?
Oh, definitely fucking...
Mahomes Hill or Kelce.
Kelce, yeah. So, there you go. So, do stacks that actually benefit your team and not just fucking players by players. Running back frenzy. So, we did talk about this. So, in a situation where you're at 9, 10, 11, 12, when all those great big names are gone, what do? So, think about this. In the past years, a lot of people have talked about the running backs and how there's shortages and stuff like that. I don't think there is anymore. I think you could get some good running backs at the later rounds. I think you could get really good rookies that could potentially break out. in the middle of the year. Jamal Williams. I know Michael Carter on the fucking Jets. When we talked about ETN, he could take James Robinson's job, but James Robinson is another running back who has solidified himself. If he gets the job, he can be good, and he's going in the 8th round. And then you talk about Josh Jacobs with Kenyon Drake. Can Kenyon Drake take away from Josh Jacobs? That's a question.
No. And anyone that says so, I have read so many articles that we need to address this immediately. For anyone that has written an article that says Josh Jacobs is overrated, go slap yourself with your own stupid fucking little tiny cock, which you probably can't anyway because it's so goddamn small, and shove up your own fucking ball sack, and retire from sports media. You are a fucking moron. You are a fucking insult to fantasy sports and to football as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, I think Josh Jacobs is still his job. I think Kenyon Drake is not going to be what people think he is.
He hasn't been what people think he is for his whole career. I'm so tired of this Kenyon Drake.
I think it's just because of that 1 year in fucking Miami where he did pretty well and he was fucking running up the scoreboard. But it's kind of like Marlon Mack in fucking Indianapolis. It's like he had that one great year and then everybody's like sucking his cock, and then it's nothing. It should be nothing. It should never be something with Kenyon Drake. It should never be something with fucking, I'm sorry, I gotta say this out loud. James Conner is nothing. James Conner is nothing. Chase Edmonds is the guy.
How's it feel to get that out, buddy?
It's better now.
You feel good?
Yeah. James Conner.
You look like you lost 20 pounds after that.
I love it. It's like saying fucking Juju's an asshole. So.
Or like, with the 2016 4th round.
No.
4th pick. The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Don't say it.
Draft.
Don't say it. Alright, so, running back frenzy. I did tell you guys the stat that I did. So Travis Kelce. Joe Gibson could do these.
Remember when that used to get you off?
Yeah, no, it's a different time of off. Just keep
let's
calm.
move on.
Keep calm. You don't have to get running back if you don't have to. But if you want to, you could do those big name running backs with those second tier running backs and get a good wide receiver. Because wide receivers are in abundance. And that leads me to my next point, the rookie outlook. So a lot of people are drafting.
Wide receivers and running backs are a big abundance. You can chill on it a little bit. I'd say look for more of the specialty, slept-on players that you think are going to have breakout. That's what you target this year.
That's why I'm okay with Kelce in the first.
Okay, fair. You go with the obvious specialty players, and then you can. It's pretty. From there, you have from rounds 3 to 6. The wide receivers, running backs are going to be around the same.
Yeah, I think
for the most part.
And that leads me to the rookie outlook. You don't have to draft Harris in the second. You don't have to try to get ETN. You could get Michael Carter. You could get Jamal. You could get Javonte Williams on the Broncos.
You want Jamal? You could get Jamal Williams.
You could get Jamal Williams. I mean, it's not a sure thing that DeAndre Swift. That's another good running back. See if you get him later on. ETN, we don't know what he's going to be. You could get a Smith. You could get a Chase. You could get a Pitt. You could get these guys late. Don't try to be a fucking genius and try to get these guys higher than they are because of the names. I get it. I understand. You want the fucking breakout. You want the Justin Jefferson. Ooh, you want the Chase Claypool. But you can get these guys late and be fine. Don't forget, those two guys I just named, people didn't draft. You can get them late. Don't get crazy.
And even then, those guys, again, were undraftable guys before. Were not drafted and then picked up. Again, everybody wants that hot ticket guy that breaks out of nowhere that nobody else saw. Listen, be patient on it this year. Don't nut too early because that's how you dig it.
Exactly. Speaking from a guy who nutted too early and drafted
Oh, we both did last year.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the 7th pick overall. You did fine. He was the 12th best running back, but at the 7th pick overall, when I could have had fucking like Devontae Adams, yeah, I'm regretting it.
Well, speaking of nutting too early, and something that we told everybody to do on this podcast last year, that one, let's go ahead, we apologize. I think we need to formally apologize, recommending to go ahead and chase after Patrick Mahomes, especially Lamar Jackson. I especially deeply apologize.
Yes.
One more time, let me say.
One token of note that everybody should know: get defense and kickers last. I hate it when you try to get a defense early. But
don't be fucking fancy. Don't go get the Steelers or the Washington football team named to be determined later date, but probably not.
You can get the fucking Rams.
Round.
You can get the fucking Rams last and be fine. Rams were the first-ranked defense last year. Fuck it.
Get the fucking Bills. Bills are stuck on defense too.
So now to the big topic: quarterbacks and when to draft them. A lot of people have a different opinion. Go ahead with your explanations.
Okay, so here's my thing. Again, I deeply apologize about last year. But I think if you were in the 3rd to 4th round, and you had, let's say, especially if you were in that latter half, let's say you were in that 12th pick, right? You go Travis Kelce, right? Then you get like one of those 2nd-tier running backs after the top 5, right? And you go, so you get yourself somebody solid, like let's say you go ahead and you get Travis Kelce. Then I go ahead and I get Antonio Gibson right after that, okay? Or you know what, even better, I get Aaron Jones right after that, okay? Why the hell, after that long gap and wait, am I not getting Patrick Mahomes? That is a 3-headed monster. I now have a stack that is the best stack in the league by far, arguably. The most consistent stack in the league. Why not? It's very situational for sure, 100%. And I know what you're about to talk to, which is 4 versus 6, and we can get to that in a second, at least in terms of points for touchdowns. But I'm telling you, I think that it's, if he's there and it's glaringly obvious to where you have something set up, especially if you have another Chiefs already, and especially if it's a Chiefs Tyreek Hill or Travis Kelce, you have to draft Patrick.
Alright, so.
But besides that, I just think waiting, you can wait and get a great QB. You can get Russell Wilson in the 10th probably this year.
So, this is the biggest headache conversation of all time. And I have with anyone. Not saying you, I'm just saying in general. Everybody's like, you need to.
But I do, just for me, so my heart can be bright and shine today. I do give you the most headaches, correct?
So.
Yes, good! Boom, baby! He can't admit it, but we all know I do. You listen to the show.
He explained 2 things. And I think it's kind of crazy. Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, Justin Herbert. What do all 4 of those quarterbacks have in common?
Name them again, I was not listening.
Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, and Justin Herbert. What do all 4 of those quarterbacks have in common?
They've been in the league under 5 years. They're all
of those quarterbacks, if you drafted them their rookie year, they were neither undrafted or in late rounds. They ended up being in the quarterback 5 conversation. AKA, you do not need to draft a quarterback that high. I'm sorry, Joe. I understand your stack situation. I understand it.
You're telling me if you're in that same situation that I just named, you're not drafting Patrick Mahomes?
Absolutely fucking not.
You have, again, Aaron Jones, Travis Kelce.
Because here's my...
what about the 4th round?
So, no. I'm not drafting a quarterback until the 9th or 10th round. And here's the reason. Because Tom Brady, Ryan Tannehill, Matthew Stafford, all these quarterbacks are good enough. Jalen Hurts even are good enough to give me those points. There's been...
This is why you haven't won a championship.
No, I'll tell you exactly. Okay, here's the deal. Ready for this? Guess who won my league last year and won my leagues? They won the league with fucking Justin Herbert and Tom Brady. Do you think he paid that much for him? No. The league we always talk about with Jeff. Fucking Eamon won with Derek Carr. With Derek Carr at his quarterback. I won the one league with fucking Jalen Hurts. Because I had Carson Wentz.
But again, as we discussed on the show, that league does not count and you haven't won a championship in over a decade.
Which one? No. I said Jalen Hurts. You don't want this year, do you?
I know, I understand, but I'm just saying that league does not count and you haven't won a championship technically in over a decade.
Are you dumb? We're talking about 2 different leagues.
I understand. I'm saying the league that you discussed. I know you're talking about a different league. That league matters. The league with OG friends matters, but the league where you won with Jalen Hurts.
I've won it twice.
We talked about how that league is super easy to win.
No,
I'm gonna be joining it this year. Don't forget. Don't forget I'm joining it this year.
You're gonna draft Patrick Mahomes, and please do it again. I would love to see that.
I'm gonna smash everybody in that league because it doesn't matter that you won a championship in that league twice.
I'm gonna win this.
You haven't won a championship in a real league in over a year or in over a decade.
Last year, 40 to 30.
Are you dumb? Do you know how to do basic math?
30 to 40 quarterbacks.
You're in meaningless leagues.
No, I'm not.
And you haven't won a championship in over a decade.
Because I won a lot of money in a lot of leagues. My point is, draft him.
Over 10, 15 years ago?
Please draft Patrick Mahomes. Please draft Patrick Mahomes in the 3rd. Because guess what I'm going to get in the 3rd? I'm going to get either somebody like David Montgomery, somebody like DK Metcalf, Michael Thomas, somebody we just talked about. If Davante Adams slips all the way down, I'm going to have Davante Adams.
We're very excited for this portion of the show. Let me tell you.
Because this is the most annoying shit. Because Tom Brady had 40 touchdowns and 4,000 yards. I can do that with that. I can do that with Ryan Tannehill. I can do that with any quarterback. My number 1 quarterback this year is not
Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs sack. You're not taking that.
If Josh Allen in the 6th? Yeah, if there's a situation.
4th round.
No. Dude, you're talking about a situation where you can make a great team. You can have a block of 5 great time. Listen, here's what you can get. Ready? Here's what you could get. If I'm at the 11th pick, I would get Travis Kelce.
Like this, baby.
Here's the deal. I'd rather have Travis Kelce in the 1st. Second, I would have somebody like Austin Eckler, cool. And then in the 3rd, I'd get fucking Michael Thomas. And then the 4th and the 5th.
Who are you writing this out for?
Montgomery, myself. Montgomery. And then I could get somebody like fucking we just talked about. Somebody who we all are okay with. We could get somebody like no, Terry's too high. I'd say somebody like
Scary Terry?
Scary Terry's gonna go in like the 3rd round. He's gonna go with AJ and Calvin.
Oh, he may go late 2nd.
I could get fucking Julio. I could get fucking Julio there too. I could get fucking Julio Jones, the fucking one of the best wide receivers in our generation. Yes, is he going in a situation where he has to rely on AJ Brown or like Ryan Tannehill? People want to suck off all these other quarterbacks. Ryan Tannehill, Matthew Stafford, Jalen Hurts. What do all these quarterbacks have? These quarterbacks can run. These quarterbacks can also throw the ball to great wide receivers. And they have situations where I can take them in the fucking 10th round and be okay. I'll be okay. And I can draft one of those rookie quarterbacks we talked about. I can draft Zach Wilson. I can draft Trevor Lawrence. I can draft Mac Jones and be fine later on.
Initiate disrespectful yawn in 5, 4, 3,
Fine. When'd you win? When's your last championship? When's your last championship?
Last year.
Okay, with what?
Last year.
No, with what?
I don't like to talk specifics. That's not really your business.
Okay, continue.
Listen, man.
If you draft a quarterback, you're losing.
Listen, I'm in this league. I'm in that league this year, right? You told me I'm in that league. We talked about that.
No, because nobody wants to give up their spot. Plus, it's for.
Why would you tell me? 5 months ago that I'm in that league?
I thought somebody was going to drop. He doesn't want to drop.
You're talking out of your ass.
You can text them. I mean, it's fine.
You talked out of your ass.
I'd rather not hear you every fucking
Michael
week.
Shanini.
I'd rather not hear you every fucking
Oh,
week.
so there is a spot, but now it's
there's no spot.
You don't
There
want
is
me
no spot.
on your ass.
There is no spot.
You don't want me on your ass. You're
No.
getting scared.
So all I'm saying is, if you really want to draft a quarterback, I commend you. Good job.
Again,
Congratulations.
I have said from the jump, unless it is a very clear situational, I am with you 100%. Because why not get an Aaron Rodgers in the 10th or 11th?
No.
Why not get a Russell Wilson?
Exactly. You just said it. The MVP last year was
I've been
Aaron
saying this
Rodgers.
from the jump.
Aaron
What
Rodgers.
you're saying is that it is a
You're
clear
proving my
situational. I've been saying this from the jump, dude.
You're proving
But
my point.
You're
saying in the 3rd round, I'm for sure going to take Patrick Mahomes if I have Travis Kelce.
I agree, and I told you pre-show I agree. I've been telling you the whole time I agree.
I don't like
I'm
that.
saying-
Even if I have Travis Kelce.
I'm saying if there is a clear Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes situation,
Even if there was.
even
No.
Lamar still.
No.
Even Lamar still, I am taking.
No. Because the MVP of last year went in the 10th round, Joey. Aaron Rodgers
It doesn't
went in the 10th
matter.
round.
It doesn't matter.
How does that doesn't matter? That just proves every year there's a quarterback that goes in the 10th
Why?
round.
Because here's what happens every physical
Oh my
player.
God.
You're gonna write off Lamar. You're gonna write off.
No,
Patrick because
I'm not writing them off. The price is too high. I'd rather get a wide receiver 1 or a running back 1. Somebody who can have that upside.
So let me tell you this. If I had the options between, I would pick Patrick Mahomes over Najee Harris. I would pick
Wrong.
Patrick Mahomes over Joe Mixon.
No.
I would pick Patrick Mahomes over Chris Carson.
No.
Over J.K. Dobbins.
No.
Over
JK, yes, because JK, I don't know why he's going so high. JK is not going to get as much time.
Over DeAndre Swift. Over
No.
Miles Sanders.
No.
Over Allen Robinson. Over C.D. Lamb.
No, because all those guys you just named, C.D. Lamb is not even in the conversation. We're talking about like DK Metcalf, Michael Thomas, Justin
He's
Jefferson.
projected to go in the top 30.
That's not. Patrick Mahomes is gone before C.D. Lamb. First of all, a lot of people.
I agree.
Listen,
I'm
not
just naming
down.
out multiple names.
You're saying
DK Metcalf, yes, I'm taking him over Patrick Mahomes. Darren Waller, I'm taking over Patrick Mahomes.
but
AJ Brown, I'm taking over Patrick
I
Mahomes.
would take the chance on Najee Harris. I would take the
I would
chance
not.
on Miles Sanders.
Nope.
Michael Thomas, even with Jameis Winston, because
Nope.
it's still Michael fucking Thomas.
Nope.
See, that's what it's fun. I mean, that's why people's strategies are different, right? That's why people's strategies
I
are
think
different.
you're overvaluing those positions too,
I'm
to a
not
certain extent.
overvaluing those
What
positions.
has Miles Sanders really done besides a couple great weeks?
What are you talking
He's
about?
injury prone. He's
I'm
shown
just-
he's consistently injury
I'm
prone.
just
over two
naming.
seasons.
I'm just naming names because right now at this
Yeah, and there's Allen Robinson.
Miles
What
Sanders.
gets
You know
you
what
so
Miles
worried about
Sanders?
Allen
You know what Miles
Robinson?
Sanders did with fucking Jalen Hurts.
Patrick fucking Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league. Why would you
I
take?
showed you the stats.
That's insane.
Go look at the stats. Go look at the stats between Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. See the top 10 quarterbacks from last year and the point differentials between them. I'm telling you, it's by like 10 points, if that. It's not that much. It's really ridiculous why people overvalue quarterbacks, even in a 4-point, 6-point fucking league. Like, I don't need a quarterback like that. I could stream a quarterback every week and be fine. Like, it's fun.
Do you miss when Daniel Thompson used to play football? And she was on a fantasy team.
Yeah,
Sorry, I just saw most points in history, and he was up there.
Yeah, in there.
Anyway, but all right. So last year, most fantasy points
was Aaron Rodgers.
Was Josh Allen.
Okay.
Then Kyler Murray.
What's the point differential? I don't need to know who's in what.
15 point differential between Josh Allen and Kyler Murray.
That doesn't even win you a fucking week.
Okay, can I go ahead and tell you where's J.K. Dobbins? Let's find J.K. Dobbins.
You don't need J.K. I said no to J.K. Dobbins.
Michael Thomas. Was he even on this list this year?
Oh my God.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
Michael Thomas is hurt.
You're talking about, I understand that. That's my point though. And it's also, my point with that as well is that he is slowly but surely kind of fading away from that offense.
Yes, not. He is, bro. Oh my God. Joey. We're talking about Michael freaking Thomas.
I understand that.
And we're talking about fucking DeAndre Swift, who has now Jared Goff, who's Deacon Dunk since fucking 7th grade.
DeAndre Swift, another guy that I would definitely take Patrick Mahomes over. Patrick Mahomes over Cam.
No, I don't care what you're saying about Najee Harris. I don't give a fuck. You know why?
It's just insane, dude. Like, Patrick Mahomes was, so there was, besides...
Listen, if you want to draft...
Top 10 fantasy scorers were all quarterbacks, bro.
Oh my God, Joey, of course they are. Of course.
So why? So the reason they were.
What'd you say though? What'd you say?
What do you mean? What?
You said top 10, right?
Fantasy scores were all quarterbacks.
Now name me all those quarterbacks, and I'll tell you exactly where they went and where you can get them.
I understand that. That's not the point, though.
That's my point. You could get a top 10 quarterback in the fucking Goonies if you want.
But yes, and we are agreeing on that. But in terms of situational stuff, if you have the kill, like again, if I had Josh Allen,
you did not draft Josh Allen in the
I have fucking swim lessons, okay? Listen,
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Before we go on another hour,
I'm gonna tell you right now. Those names you just named, Josh Allen and Kyler Murray, they were 1 and 2 last year, right? It wasn't fucking Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson who went 1 and 2, but you drafted in the 3rd and 4th round. You got Josh Allen and you got Kyler Murray in the 7th or the 8th. And you were fine, because you're like, yes, they both have upside potential.
I understand that, but again, I think you're discounting a whole lot in terms of the value of these quarterbacks.
I think you value quarterbacks too much. And that's when I'm going to leave it at that. Because at that same time...
But you're telling me, I don't understand how you would legitimately take, again, fucking... Let's say you would legitimately take somebody like in Melvin Gordon. Would you take like Melvin Gordon?
Dude, now you're going into... You're just naming names.
That's what I'm saying. Najee Harris. Like
I'm talking in the 3rd round.
But the players, I understand. And there's
Melvin Gordon is no way in the 3rd or 4th round. No fucking.
That was bad. I'm just scrolling down.
Here, I'll tell you who's in the 4th.
J.K. Dobbins would be a 4th round. Carson again. Yeah. Miles Sanders. We have both named them all. I understand.
Antonio Gibson, Calvin Ridley, DK Metcalf, A.J. Brown.
We agree to disagree.
If I didn't draft Travis Kelce, George Kittle, Darren Waller.
I'm taking minimum if Patrick Mahomes is still available in 5 at the latest update.
Fine, that's fine. If he's at 5, then somebody fucked up. I'm not gonna lie. That's when you draft him. But if you're telling me
my 3rd, 4, even late 3rd.
No.
Late 3rd and on.
Because my MVP this year, and I'm gonna leave it at that, and I'm gonna leave it on a cliffhanger because we can bring it back. Matthew Stafford is gonna be fine, and I'd rather have him. In the situation of fantasy, yes. Fine, laugh.
That is why I'm the captain of this show.
No, and that's why your ass is sitting there telling me draft Patrick Mahomes and talking all this nonsense.
If he is available in situational
my point
thing
3
in the
times.
3rd round.
3 times. And you proved it 3 times.
I didn't though. Because
Josh Allen and Kyler
I agreed with that point from the jump, did I not? Did I not? But I said if it is a situational thing, you absolutely take the guy in the third round.
Asinine.
Josh Allen and
Asinine
Patrick Mahomes,
pick.
1,000%.
Fine, pick him.
1,000%.
And we will talk about it. Pick him and we'll feed him.
That's why you gotta run a real championship in a
Okay. Yeah. That's why my ass has been running leagues for fucking years.
One up your butt, one up your mouth.
This guy over here runs 3 leagues and thinks he's a fucking god.
Just cocking on
talking shit. This fucking guy gets he gets people to
I
trade.
wonder why you always limp around.
Get him trade CMC for fucking chips. Congratulations. Anyways,
Have you been
basically
tested
the
recently, or?
Yeah, go test yourself. Test your brain for that shit.
That's adorable, you think.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Well, learn how to speak English first. And then you can fucking talk with
Wear
it.
a shirt that actually fucking matters. Dude, come
Whoa! I'm sorry, Rick and Morty hasn't had an impact on the culture over the last decade?
See, and you're a weirdo rapper like Tyler fucking the Creator.
That
our show.
culture is taking
That's
over.
our show.
Weirdo culture, baby! Weirdo culture!
Sponsors, thank you.
We love weirdos!
Eyesight Mobile Eyewear Company, the best eyesight wearing in the world. Follow them on IG, follow them on Twitter and Facebook, and on eyesight.com for their new sunglasses.
Don't get thrown in the promos.
Stuck Up Clothing, finest fashion money can buy. Show them your shorts, the new shorts line, as well
Get a pic of the dick, Sam!
IG, Facebook, and their website. Follow them for new fashion. Seductions by Jax, hair, nails, anything you want.
Males as well.
Yep, IG, follow her on IG so you could get a nice appointment. And this show was sponsored by Smooth My Balls, the finest in trimming down there for guys. Get them, as well as use 4CR20 to get money off your next purchase. That's number 4CR, the number 20. And that is our show, Face of the Franchise. I'm Pharaoh, that is Little Joe. Stay breezy, stay easy, one love.
Ha-ha! That's the energy we